G'day. If you'd been watching the last video where I made the button die holders, I mentioned that I needed a new tap holder and I couldn't buy a decent one around here, so I needed to make one. And I remembered I saw a video by this old Tony where he made one. So this is going to be my version of it without all the flash gear that Tony has that I just don't have. So this is where I'm at the moment. I've cut these two pieces. They're 26mm long. I've tacked them together and I've marked a small V in here, and I'm going to drill a 1mm hole down through there. Now once I've done that, well actually 1.5mm. Once I've done that, I'm going to look at how much more room I've got, and I'm either going to drill another hole a little higher up, or I'm going to put a saw cut in there to assist me to mill that out using my crappy old drill press and that chuck, breaking all the rules. Alright, so let's do this. I've never actually drilled a hole this small before. If I break this drill, I'm gonna throw up, I think. This is 1/2 inch thick, this steel, so I've got to get 1/2 inch through there with a 1.5mm drill. Starting to feel like Joe Pye and some of those models that he makes, and the tiny little drills and taps and things he uses in those. The other thing I'm hoping is that this drill goes through straight. The whole idea of this is just to give some relief in the bottom of the hole. Because I'm going to try and use my 45° chamfering tools, and or I might try the spotting drill, which is also 45 degrees, just to just chip away at it. Hey, we're through without breaking it. Well, that's a win for stage one. Okay, so I cut a V in the top of that with the angle grinder, just to make life a little easier, and I've got my tiniest little 45° chamfering tool that I've got. I fitted up my poor excuse for a XY table, for a milling table that came with the little drill mill that I had in I think it was episode 1 I showed it, and I'm going to just try and mill this out a couple of goes at a time and see how we go. I don't think that's wide enough. It might be. If it's not, and I might try and finish it with my 45° spotting tool. But let's zoom it up and we'll have a go. A little lubricant probably wouldn't hurt. Breaking all the rules here. Milling with a tool meant for chamfering holes, held in a drill chuck in a drill press. But I'm a big believer in where there's a will, there's a way, and this is the only way I've got. So this is the way I'm doing it. So far so good. Put a bit more lube on there. I just realised something. I'm a complete idiot. That's supposed to be in the side here so I can cut both at the same time, and what I should be doing at the moment is drilling 2 holes through there. But oh well, I started this now, so looks like I'll have to just set it up twice. Too busy setting up cameras and thinking about other things. I have to say this is looking pretty good. I just had a thought, I probably couldn't have gone right through an inch of steel with that little 1.5mm drill anyway. Probably would have had to set it up twice in the end. This looks as though it's leaning a little bit one way. It's cutting more at the back than the front. But I'm at about as deep as I can go with that little cutter, I think. I can probably go one more. I can always dress these up a little bit with a file to square them up. At least most of the material will be missing. I'm starting to think I don't need much more than that. But I just recently bought this 1/2 inch one. It doesn't centre cut, neither does that one, that's why I drilled a little hole in there. But it's not quite, it's a bit bigger in the centre than 1.5mm. But I might just run that down there through there once and see how it goes. Okay, I've set up that 1/2 inch cutter in there and slowed it down a little bit, we'll see how we go. Kind of a weird cut because of the centre of it. It's not cutting all that well, so that's not such a good idea. Next option is this. That's a 45°. I think it is. Here it is. So I might set this up and come back to you when I'm done. Alright, got it all set up, see what happens. I don't know whether this is too slow or whether I should speed it up a little. It is in effect sort of a pointy slot drill, if you will. Two-fluted slot drill. Alright, let's have a look, see how that went. To be honest with you, that looks pretty bloody good. Well, it looks like I might have gone a little deep with that hole and the groove I cut, because that's my smallest tap that I use, with 4mm, and it fits in there quite nicely. And that's my 12mm, I think that's a 12. No, that's only an M10, that one. But that's about the biggest I use most of the time, and it fits in there quite nicely as well. So it looks like we'll just have to flip it over and do the other side. Or mightn't go so deep with that this time. The only reason I went with that was to cover that non-centre cutting part of the little 45° chamfering tools. But now that I know I can get away with that, and I can get away with this, which is a bit pointier, I'll probably get away with not going so deep with these on the other side. Alright, that'll do for that part of it for now. I'll come back to you when I get round to drilling the holes. I won't bother filming or videoing the second side of this. Okay, so I finished both of these. The other one I didn't drill quite so deep, and I've drilled them right through 5mm. So now what I've got to do is drill this one out 6, so it'll pass all the way through, and then we'll have to put this one in, drill it the opposite side all the way through 6mm, and then we'll have to drill tap 6mm the other side for a thread. It's getting late in the afternoon here, and even though it's winter, it's getting a bit warm. But I guess it's better than being under a foot of snow. That's better. I notice not much swarf lying around here. I tend to try and clean it up as I go. Alright, so like I said, it's getting late in the day. It's about time I cleaned up. Anyway, so I finished off those two. We've just got a couple of cap heads in there now. Give you the general idea. I'm going to make, tomorrow I'll make 2 handles for here. So it just closes up like that. I think I might need to just tidy these up a little bit with a file and to make them better. This side looks okay, but that side looks a bit, she looks a bit daggy, but there's a big chunk out of the edge there. So but anyway, so we'll finish all that off, and then when I'm done I'll round these off, make them look nice, and we'll see about it tomorrow. So until tomorrow, that's it. New day, new parts. I've printed out this old Tony's blueprint and stuck it up here for reference today. So because I kind of messed up yesterday, I didn't need to put those damn countersinks in here, so I went to all that trouble for nothing. But anyway, having battery problems today, so I've machined one end up, and while I'm waiting for this battery to charge up, it's still not there yet, and this one's about to turn off. Taken Tony's lead on this and left this as one piece. I've machined up this end while I'm waiting for the battery to charge up. So when I've got a fully charged battery to start again, I'll turn that around and machine the other end. Be back when that happens. Okie dokie, that took forever to charge that battery up. I'm not sure what was going on with it. It was in there all day yesterday, and I got it out this morning, put it in the camera, and it almost immediately said it was flat. So took it out, put it back in the charger, and the little orange light came on, and then almost immediately went green again. I know damn well it wasn't charged. But I've got this one that was in the camera to charge up, so we'll get on with this. There's a lot of material to come off here, so I won't bother recording it all. I'll bring you back when I'm close to having it down to the sizes it needs to be. Okay, so this should be the last pass. Get it down to threading size. If you think you can hear the radio in the background, you can, because I'm listening to the cricket. There's no music for Google and nail me on. Oh, here's that bloody taper again. Might just take a very light skim over that. Yeah, it took too much then. I did, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so like I said, if you watched the button die video, I had only made the one holder, but I've now made all three, the 8, the 10, 8 and the 6. This is the 6. That's the little handle that I used that tore out of my hand when I tried to thread a 10mm thread. So I went off and I made that sucker there. So I won't be tearing that out of my hand, but I'll only use that on the bigger sizes. I use this. I did thread the other end using this, and I hung onto that, no problems at all, threading 6mm into steel. So let's get this set up, ready to rock. Get some of this swarf off here before I wind the carriage back. Got to get a bit of a chamfer on that front edge, the leading edge. That thread started a bit. It's going at the speed I want it. It tends to jump a little when I first turn it on. Righto, let's go. No problems at all hanging on to that. How easy. Why would you buy the single pointing? Not that I can. rest this thing up just a little. It does a great job, that button die holder. Glad I made it. Much better than trying to hold on it and that stupid button die handle I've been using. Now, there's only one more thing left to do to this, other than polish it up a little bit, which I'll do later, is undercut the back a little, ready for the next operation. Okay, that's it for that. So now what I'm going to have to do is get it out, measure it up, part it in half. I'll come back when I'm ready to do that. Okay, so I've actually done a fair bit since last you saw this. What I've done is I've chopped it in half, so we now have two pieces, and I've knurled that back in there while I was still holding that piece in the chuck. I've taken Tony's lead and got this piece here and drilled it and tapped it M6, which is what this is, and screwed it up into there. This is a little tiny live centre that came with that original tailstock, rubbishy tailstock I had. I've spent a fair bit of time knocking the taper on this, so I'm taking a guess at around 3 degrees, might be just a little under, 2.7, something like that. But unfortunately, because of the new locking mechanism I have here on the tailstock, I can't use my power feet, and it's really difficult to turn this around. So I'll move the camera back over there a bit and finish this off. The sun's starting to get over in this area here now. It's going to get hot again shortly. Unfortunately, this only cuts well in that direction. It doesn't cut very well backwards. So, but I've only got a couple of cuts left to make, and I'm hoping I've got this angle just about right by the looks of things, but I might have to tweak it a little. Kind of weird, I don't really get it. It's really smooth to wind it up. It's a bit tight coming back. I don't really understand why, but then again, I've got no thrust bearings in this compound, just that brass, like a thrust washer thing in there. Just want to check that this hasn't come loose in there. It has. Actually come loose in that thread. Not chatter as much this time. Just about now the shit hit the fan and things just went haywire, and it took me quite a while to sort it out, and I won't make you sit through it all. It was just crazy. It was driving me nuts. But as you'll see in the next bit, I sorted it out in the end. Well, I've got to say, I have no idea what was going on there. I thought I was on my last or next to last fine pass. I got down to about here, suddenly dug in, and then it dug in again a little bit further down, then I got to the end without it digging in anymore. So in the end I decided it's no use trying to machine all that out of it, so I just made that parallel back to about here and finished the taper off in there, ended up a bit deeper there. But it looks good, it's fine, it's not a precision instrument, so the only issue I got now is trying to copy that for the other end, make them look the same. But anyway, I'm reasonably happy with that, looks good. It's beer o'clock, so I think I'm going to call it a day. You can see the sun's over here and it's getting a bit warm, and so until then, it's over and out. New day, new results. Isn't it amazing what a difference a day makes? I set all this up again this morning to make the second side and had absolutely no problems whatsoever cutting that taper. It was just chalk and cheese. Really nice finishes, no chattering, no jumping around, no nothing. And about all I did was I made a minor change to the tailstock, just a small thing, and it just made the world of difference. So there's the outcome. I'm hoping that what this has shown you is, if you've thought of having a crack at this in the past but thought, well, I don't have all that flash gear that Tony has and I can't make that, or it'd be all too hard, You can do it with the same sort of gear I've got, drill presses, whatever, and have a crack at it. See what you can make. Look at mine. Mine looks fine, and I think it'll just make my life a whole lot easier. You can find a copy of Tony's blueprint plan for this on his in his video, and I'll put a link in the description. Well, that's all I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear what everyone has to say. If you got something from that, smash that like button, and keep up to date with future releases. Press that subscribe button, and to get notified, press that little ding-a-ling-a-ling button. That one. Yeah, that's it. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.